Welcome everyone, and thanks for coming to this prenatal class. My name is Allie and I'm an RN instructor of this class. Today we will be specifically talking about prenatal nutrition. Since you all have been to previous classes, you all know how this works. I'd definitely like your input on all of the topics we're covering. So let's get started. Here are your agendas for today. The first topic to cover is nutritional needs during pregnancy. Kim, since this is your third pregnancy, why don't you tell us about prenatal vitamins?
Okay, well, when I first became pregnant, my doctor stressed that the importance of taking an iron and a folic acid supplement daily. Pregnant women need 30 milligrams of iron and 400 to 800 micrograms of folic acid daily. They're found, iron and folic acid are found in the food that we eat, but it's not enough, so that's why we have to need the extra amount that the supplements give us. Prenatal vitamins have large amounts of both of these. We also need to increase the amount of protein to 60 to 80 grams a day that we do take.
Thanks, Kim. Does anyone know how many calories a pregnant woman with a healthy BMI should ingest daily, or how much weight gain should be expected? Maggie?
I think I read somewhere that you need to ingest an extra 300 calories per day for a total of 2,500 calories per day, but I'm not sure on how much weight you should gain.
Well, for a woman with a healthy average BMI of 18.5 to 24.9, she should gain between 25 and 35 pounds. The average baby weighs 7 to 8 pounds of that. So can someone tell me the amount of weight a woman should gain during each trimester? Maria?
In the first trimester, you should gain 1 pound per month, and then the second and third, 1 pound per week. But I'm not sure if you're under or over that. What?
It doesn't have to be exact. As long as you're gaining weight steadily, then that's okay. Keep in mind that if you are underweight, you need to gain 28 to 40 pounds. And if you're overweight, you need to gain 15 to 25 pounds during your pregnancy. So moving on, let's review general nutritional guidelines to follow. Maggie, can you think of any?
I know you need to increase your fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. And you should also get at least 2 servings of fish per week because you need the omega fatty 3 acids. And that you need to eat 3 meals a day without skipping any meals, and small snacks between if needed.
That is very true. Pregnant women should increase their fiber intake, and fiber is found in foods like enriched cereals, whole grains, and some fruits and veggies. Does anyone have anything to add to that?
It's also important to drink a lot of fluids, especially water. It helps with constipation, which a lot of pregnant women get. And I think you're supposed to have 8 glasses of water a day. And we also should limit our caffeine intake, so the coffee and the soda, just try to have that every once in a while.
Right, which brings me to our next subject, what we should avoid ingesting during pregnancy. As Kim mentioned, decreasing caffeine intake is important. The effects of caffeine on a fetus are unknown, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Even though we will be covering teratogens in another class, I should mention that alcohol consumption and smoking during pregnancy is very harmful to your fetus, to your baby. No amount of alcohol is considered safe. So does anyone have any other ideas of what to avoid?
I know you should avoid artificial sweeteners. I've also heard of a bacteria called Listeria that can be found in contaminated food. And it can harm the baby even if you don't feel sick. Is that true?
Yes, it's best to avoid processed, prepared, and aging foods just to be on the safe side. Examples of that would include unpasteurized milk, soft cheeses, pre-made salads you get at the grocery store, smoked seafood. Deli meat should always be reheated to steaming hot too. Any questions about what to avoid?
I know we're supposed to eat 2 servings of fish weekly. But doesn't that have mercury in it that's bad for you and the baby?
That's a very good point. Does anyone know the answer to that?
Sure. You should avoid fish with high mercury levels, but you can eat fish with low mercury levels like catfish, salmon, canned tuna, shrimp.
Thank you. Those are excellent examples. Another important factor in prenatal nutrition are signs and symptoms that cause interferences with eating during pregnancy. I'm sure most of you have heard of morning sickness. Do any of you have advice about how to handle this symptom?
I had morning sickness during my first trimester pretty bad. My midwife gave me some good information on this. She told me to eat 5 to 6 meals throughout the day to prevent my stomach from completely emptying. She also said to avoid greasy, fried, and spicy foods and foods that have strong odors. It also helped me to munch on some crackers or toast before I got out of bed in the morning. And I would also eat a snack and protein before I went to sleep at night to keep my blood sugar up while I was sleeping.
Exactly. And if you go more than 24 hours without eating due to morning sickness, you definitely need to let your doctor know. They may want you to come into the hospital to get rehydrated and assessed. Before class, Maggie mentioned she was experiencing heartburn after eating. Maria, do you have any suggestions for her?
Try propping your head up while you're sleeping so that it's elevated. Avoid eating 2 hours before bedtime. And you definitely want to stay away from spicy foods. And like Kim said, you want to eat small, frequent meals.
Thanks. Okay, I didn't think I wanted to talk about this, but I've been having some really weird cravings. Not your typical pregnancy cravings I've heard of. I want to chew on ice chips, and when I do laundry, even the laundry starch looks delicious.
You're not crazy. You're developing a pica habit. Pica is a craving and ingestion of non-food substances that have no nutritional value. Unfortunately, eating ice chips and laundry starch can lead to iron deficiencies. Not to mention, ice chips can cause tooth fractures and freezer burn injuries. So even though you're having an intense craving for them, it's important that you abstain from eating them. At your next doctor appointment, make sure to bring this issue up so that he can test you for iron deficiency anemia.
I will mention it. I will definitely stay away from the ice, too. I had no idea this could even happen during pregnancy.
Well, there are a lot of things to learn about pregnancy, and group education is a very effective way of teaching women. Seems to work better than individual teaching, actually. So, ladies, we are unfortunately out of time today. Next week, we will be covering teratogens and the effects on your baby. Have a great week, and thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.